This is your anchor Kekrazanyo Solo. Welcome to HornbillTV. This is your anchor Kekrazanyo Solo. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing a rally in the poll-bound state of Telangana, said that the BRS has given the state nothing except betrayal. Vertical drilling, one of the several chalked-out options to bring out 41 workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in Uttarkashi since November 12, finally started on Sunday afternoon. Hamas released 13 Israelis and 4 foreigners, following which Israel began releasing 39 Palestinian prisoners on Sunday in the second round of swaps under ceasefire deal, the Israeli military said. Calling the 26/11 terror attacks in Mumbai horrendous, even the disrupted public lives, Israeli ambassador to India, Nagaland, said that the terrorism is a global phenomenon and countries have to join hands to fight against it. Now for the news in details. At a time when China is seeing a spike in respiratory illness as it enters its first full winter season after lifting COVID-19 restrictions last December, the centre has initiated a review of the preparedness measures to combat such illnesses, saying that it is closely monitoring the situation and there was no need for alarm. A statement by the Health Ministry informed, in view of the recent reports indicating a surge in respiratory illness in children in northern China in the recent weeks, the Union Health Ministry has proactively decided to review the preparedness measures against respiratory illness as a matter of abundant caution. This is noted to be important in view of the ongoing influenza and winter season that results in an increase in respiratory illness cases. Government of India is closely monitoring the situation and indicated that there is no need for any alarm. It added, states and UTs have been advised to immediately review public health and hospital preparedness measures with availability of HR, hospital beds, drugs, vaccines for influenza, medical oxygen, antibiotics, personal protective equipments, testing kits and reagents, functionality of oxygen plants and ventilators, infection control practices in health facilities at a senior level. The centre have also asked the states and the UTs to implement operational guidelines for revised surveillance strategy in the context of COVID-19 shared earlier this year, which provides for integrated surveillance of respiratory pathogens presenting as cases of influenza-like illness and severe acute respiratory illness. The Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland and Minister in charge of Planning and Transformation and National Highway T.R. Ziliang has issued a statement in regard to a press release said to have been issued by the Peg District Mehtas Gayatri Damaged Victim Association. The association is said to have insinuated that the file for compensation was being withheld and delayed when it was put up to the Deputy Chief Minister on November 3. Ziliang's office has said that the file has not reached the Deputy CM's office for release of funds. In an order dated January 30, 2023, the court directed that the state government shall make the first move, submit the assessment, and thereafter the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways will sanction it and give it to the state government. The latter will then disburse the amount to beneficiaries, the Deputy CM's office stated. This order is succinct and there is no room for contest and ambiguity, it stated. Here, Ziliang stated, when the ministry gave the sanction on October 27, 2023, there was a clause which stated that the ministry would recover the compensation amount of 60 crore from the agency charges of the state government, which is basically from the state exchequer. This is in contravention of the High Court's order, as the order does not mention that the burden of compensation will be upon the state government, the Deputy Chief Minister stated. Moreover, given the financial position of state government, it cannot afford to pay compensation whatsoever, as compensation is purely of central subject and precedent cannot be set where the state government is made to pay for compensation. Ziliang has been fervently pursuing for the benefit of the people The land compensation has recently got approval of the state cabinet to let the landowners claim compensation, and the state said. A notification will soon be issued in this regard, the statement said, and it appealed to the association to reconsider its stand to resort to agitation starting first week of December. We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
Do you know how HIV is transmitted? There are 4 ways. 1. Unprotected sex with an infected person. 2. Sharing of infected needles and syringes. 3. Infected mother to child. And 4. Infected blood transfusion.
घर जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट से नहीं बना तो बढ़ेगा रोना। पानी घुसने से कंक्रीट कमजोर हो जाए। स्टार वेदर शीट सीमेंट खराब मौसम में घर वेदर प्रूफ बनाए। स्टार वेदर शीट जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट, वेदर प्रूफ घर।
Welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing a rally in the pole-bound state of Telangana, said that the BRS has given the state nothing except betrayal. Telangana is in debt of thousands of crores of rupees and added that Telangana today is known for the irrigation scams. KCR does not care for your future. KCR only cares for his own children and family members, PM Modi added.
बीआरएस ने आपको सिवाय विश्वासघात के कुछ नहीं दिया है। आज तेलंगाना हजारों करोड़ के कर्ज में डूबा हुआ है। आज तेलंगाना की पहचान हजारों करोड़ रुपए के इरिगेशन स्कीम से होती है। अपनी कार की स्टीयरिंग किसी और पार्टी को थमाकर यहां के मुख्यमंत्री फार्म हाउस में शिफ्ट हो गए हैं। केसीआर को आपके बच्चों के भविष्य की चिंता नहीं है। केसीआर को सिर्फ अपने बच्चों की, अपने परिवार के भविष्य की चिंता है। क्या तेलंगाना को ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री चाहिए जो जनता से मिलता नहीं? क्या तेलंगाना को ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री चाहिए जो जनता को मिलता ही नहीं है? ऐसा चाहिए क्या? ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री चाहिए क्या? उसे हटाओगे कि नहीं हटाओगे? निकालोगे कि नहीं निकालोगे? आखिर फार्म हाउस सीएम की तेलंगाना को कोई जरूरत है क्या भाई? क्या तेलंगाना को ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री चाहिए जो कभी सचिवालय न जाता?
PM Modi further said that the BJP cares for the poor of Telangana, but the BRS government puts a brake on the development work for the poor in the state.
बीजेपी को तेलंगाना के गरीबों की चिंता है। लेकिन बीआरएस सरकार यहां गरीब कल्याण के कार्यों में भी ब्रेक लगाती है। मोदी, आप मोदी को जानिए, ये मोदी अपना घर बनाने के लिए नहीं, बल्कि आपका घर, गरीबों का घर बनाने के लिए घर छोड़ के निकला है। बीते 10 वर्षों में 4 करोड़ से अधिक गरीब परिवारों को पक्के घर मिल चुके हैं। यहां तेलंगाना में भी केंद्र सरकार ने बहुत प्रयास करके करीब 2.5 लाख घरों का निर्माण पूरा किया है। लेकिन आप ये जानकर हैरान रह जाएंगे।
Vertical drilling, one of the several chalked out options to bring out 41 workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in Uttarkashi since November 12, finally started on Sunday afternoon. 2 locations were identified for the vertical drilling, and both are on the Silkyara side of the high altitude under construction tunnel, a portion of which caved in on November 12. SJVN, a public sector undertaking company involved in hydroelectric power generation and transmission, has just started vertical drilling work on the top of the tunnel atop the hill, the 15th day of continued rescue efforts. As a second option, vertical drilling work has also been started in another part on top of the tunnel to create rescue space for workers trapped. This portion of the tunnel has access to electricity and water. Multiple agencies are working on the rescue efforts. In the latest, the Indian Air Force has also joined in as it flew in critical DRDO equipment to Dehradun. It's been 15 years since the devastating terrorist attacks that shook India's financial capital, Mumbai, on November 26, 2008. Commonly referred to as the 26/11, these coordinated assaults by a group of 10 terrorists did mayhem on the streets of Mumbai and sent shockwaves through the nation and the world. Terrorists from the Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group had entered the city of Mumbai on the night of November 26, 2008. Over the course of 4 days, they killed 166 people and injured 300. The targets were carefully chosen after being surveyed for maximum impact. The Taj and Oberoi hotels, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, the Jewish Center and Nariman House, and the Leopold Cafe, since these places were frequented by Europeans, Indians and Jews. The 9th LET terrorists were killed by Mohammed Ajmal Amir Kasab. The lone surviving Pakistani terrorist from the attack at the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus railway station was arrested. In May 2010, Kasab was handed the death penalty and 2 years later hanged in a maximum security prison in Pune city. The scars left by the tragic event continue to linger in the collective memory of those who witnessed it, and the lessons learned remain crucial for global security. Calling the 26/11 terror attacks in Mumbai a horrendous event that disrupted public lives, Israeli ambassador to India, Naor Gillen, said that the terrorism is a global phenomenon and countries have to join hands to fight against it. He also echoed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark on terrorism and affirmed that Israel always stands with India in the fight against terrorism. Speaking to ANI, Gillen said, "It is a horrendous phenomenon when people come into people's safe havens, to their houses in Mumbai to disrupt their life, to create panic. They wanted panic. They wanted to transmit it exactly like Hamas," the diplomat said. Their aim is not only to kill but also to create panic with the surviving, to make them afraid, he said.
First of all, it's a horrendous phenomena when people come into your safe haven, to your houses in Mumbai to disrupt their life, to create panic. They wanted panic. They wanted to transmit it. Exactly like Hamas. You know, their aim is not only to kill, it's also to kill, to create panic with the surviving, to make them afraid. And we are telling the Indians, like India is always standing with Israel, and especially recently, but always, since I'm here more than 2 years, India, on most occasions, especially when we need India, India is on our side. That's the feeling. And Indians have to know we are on your side. When you come to fight terrorism, there is no if and no buts. We are working together. We will eliminate the terrorists. As Prime Minister Modi also said, rightly so, that terror is a global phenomenon. You have to join hands globally. Countries, free people of the world have to join hands and efforts in order to fight it. And I think that India and Israel, we demonstrate in our actions and friendship and what we do together, the joining of these hands to...
We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
Many sexually transmitted infections do not show symptoms. Testing is the only way to find out. Get tested, get treated.
Welcome back. Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports Anurag Thakur, while speaking on the upcoming Khelo India Para Games, said that Khelo India is not only a scheme but now it has become a movement. If one look at the Khelo India Youth Games, University Games and Winter Games, it has given India thousands of athletes who have done well at the national and international levels. It is our attempt that now Para Games should be started so that Para athletes should get a platform at the national level to showcase their talent and become part of the top scheme.
खेलो इंडिया एक योजना ही नहीं, अब जन आंदोलन बन गया है. Khelo India is not a scheme, but it has become a movement. And if you look at the Khelo India versions of Khelo India Youth Games, University Games and Winter Games, it has given India thousands of athletes who have done well at the national and at the international level. और यही प्रयास हमारा है कि खेलो इंडिया के यूथ गेम, यूनिवर्सिटी गेम्स और विंटर्स गेम की तर्ज पे अब पैरा गेम्स शुरू किया जाए, ताकि पैरा एथलीट्स को एक नेशनल लेवल पर एक ऐसा बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म मिले जहां वो प्रदर्शन कर सकें, प्रतिभा दिखा सकें और टॉप स्कीम का भाग बन सकें और अन्य अंतर्राष्ट्रीय टूर्नामेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करके वर्ल्ड कप, वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप, एशियन गेम्स जैसी और पैरालंपिक्स में भी देश के लिए मेडल जीत सकें. ये शुरुआत 11 दिसंबर से होगी और ये पहला एडिशन दिल्ली में ही किया जाएगा. लगभग 3000 खिलाड़ी, एथलीट और सपोर्ट स्टाफ इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करेगा. 7 खेलें इसमें ली गई हैं ताकि इसके अलग अलग एथलेटिक्स, फुटबॉल, पैरा फुटबॉल से लेकर पैरा शूटिंग, इस तरह से इन गेमों में खिलाड़ी देश के कोने कोने से आएंगे. 32 राज्यों और यूनियन टेरिटरी से पार्टिसिपेट करने जा रहे हैं.
Hamas released 13 Israelis and 4 foreigners, following which Israel began releasing 39 Palestinian prisoners on Sunday. In the second round of swaps under ceasefire deal, the Israeli military said the terrorist group initially delayed the exchange for several hours, claiming that Israel has violated the terms of a truce deal. According to the Israeli military, the released hostages, including 4 Thais, had been transferred to Israel. They were being taken to hospitals for observation and to be reunited with their families. Hamas released a video showing the hostages appearing shaken as masked terrorists led them to Red Cross vehicles headed out for Gaza. Hostages headed out of the besieged enclave in Jerusalem. Israeli troops evicted journalists who gathered outside the home of Isra Jabis, who had been imprisoned since 2015 after being convicted of carrying out separate attacks on Israelis. On the first day of the ceasefire, Hamas released 24 of the nearly 240 hostages taken during its October 7 attack on Israel that triggered the war. Israel freed 39 Palestinians from prison. Those freed in Gaza were 13 Israelis, 10 Thais and a Filipino. Overall, Hamas is to release at least 50 Israeli hostages and Israel 150 Palestinian prisoners during the 4-day truce, all women and minors. A scuffle was reported at Mekokla village in Woka district between members of the church after a devotional service today at Mekokla church compound. Sources say the fight was in connection with the Lota Baptist Church split, where the Lota Baptist Church Association group went to install a pastor at Mekokla Baptist Church, whereas the LBCA Reformation group had their church's minister. The two groups, namely the LBCA and the LBCAR groups, clashed, it reported. The fight involved a scuffle among the members of the church and claim on church's land by one individual who was seen screaming in video, claiming the church building involved his land. He reportedly wanted to split the church land and be given to him as a landowner.
Nanga yuda to bilo Mekokla Baptist kamgolo hiyawanga Mekokla to bana nanga Mekokla lo nanga yawa murija ekamgo Baptist ekamgolo hishalab yawana
That is all we have for the Prime Time Bulletin. Thank you for watching HornbillTV.